Depression and anxiety are the leading mental illnesses right now. And with COVID 19, it's just getting worse because people have to stay at home quarantine. They can't go out and find a therapist. They can't go out and it's more like we can't do anything about it, or it feels that way. But with exercise, you can help ease the symptoms of your depression and anxiety. And today I want to talk about exercise and the mental state and how that affects depression and anxiety. So first things that I want to talk about is the problem, which is depression and anxiety. And in her 2015 article, Joanne Hawes found that depression is one of the most disabling conditions in the world, and it is linked to cardiovascular disease and diabetes. And working out and getting good cardio in is a good way to kind of fight cardiovascular disease and diabetes, because you're working out, you're working the calories that you've eaten out, and you're getting your lungs strengthened, you're feeling good. And also, depression is hard for the person to motivate themselves. So maybe you have a friend who's depressed and you don't really know what to do. You can tell them that they can go work out, and they can go, work out with you. Take them on a workout, help them with what they're going through. And Hawes also found that common behaviors found linked with depression is smoking, physical inactivity, and having an unhealthy diet. So this is bad for a lot of reasons, because people with depression are going out and they're finding unhealthy ways to cope with what they're going through. And with working out, it's a healthier way instead of going to smoking or drugs to kind of stimulate the mind with those chemicals, so you're not feeling depressed anymore. Hawes also found that symptoms of anxiety include lack of interest or pleasure in activities and sleep disturbances. So you'll be getting a lack of pleasure in stuff that you used to love, and that can be working out. You can lose pleasure in it because of your disease, but if you keep pushing yourself and working out, you can push through that, and it'll kind of be like you're pushing through, you're motivating yourself every day to get these workouts in. And Hawes found that patients may not seek support or recognize signs of this disorder. This is important, that if you're recognizing signs of your friend having this specific disorder, you can motivate them yourself to say, hey, let's go for a workout. Let's not go for a drink. Don't smoke. And motivate your friends to go to healthier avenues, because it's their life on the line. And since we looked at the problem of depression and anxiety, let's take a look at the causes and how it seems to worsen with the causes that I found. So there are many causes to depression and anxiety. It's not one thing that can cause it. You could do a death of a loved one, it can be something that triggers that depression, or it could be genetic. Depression can travel through genes. There's so much that depression can happen in your body. And I learned in my psychology class that despite having a great life or a little stress, you can get depressed just by one event that can happen to you. And that's what's scary for a lot of people. So past trauma can be a main cause. Like if you're sexually assaulted, or if you had an eating disorder, if your parents abused you, that is definitely cause for depression. And sometimes you wouldn't even have anything bad happen to you, but you can still get depressed. And that's what's scary about the disease. And another leading cause can be, well, I brought this up already, sexual assault is something big that happens, especially in males and females, because you just feel so much guilt and you get anxiety over everywhere you go if you've been sexually assaulted. And maybe if you were sexually assaulted, a good way of exercise would be maybe doing a Krav Maga class or MMA class or karate to help you feel more motivated. I know I had a friend who was sexually assaulted, and I met her through my dad's karate studio, and she said it's given her more confidence to go out more and start dating again, which I found that was really good to hear. and substance abuse as well. Substance abuse is so tricky because you cannot treat it with drug therapy because they'll just get addicted to another drug. Their mind is so sensitive like that. So what you can do is you can have them work out and release that dopamine, and working out is more of a healthy avenue for someone who is going through substance abuse. In a show I watched, there was a character named Lip. It was called Shameless. He was recovering from an alcohol addiction, and he found that working out and going on runs is something that helped him a lot through that process. And I found that really nice to hear because I was able to relate to that. I wasn't addicted to alcohol. I had an eating disorder, which is like an addiction. But when I found running, it helped me boost my confidence a lot more. Now that we've gone over the causes, I want to talk about, exercise therapy and recovering from it. So I want to talk about, even though depression is a disorder of the mind, physical activity such as running or lifting can influence the mind as well as your body. So, you getting a better body will definitely boost your confidence, one, but it will also put dopamine in your mind. So you'll be getting this rush of dopamine, you'll be getting super, in a great mood, and it gives you a better quality of life. And that's what Kristen found in her article, is that changes in the depression score, there was significant change in core non-risk items, core functioning, and core problems, and the quality of life. So you're seeing life from a different perspective now. You're a new person because of working out. And this core non-risk, that means you're no longer harming yourself, such as maybe cutting yourself or burning yourself or doing drugs. You're not touching those items because you found this new avenue that makes you feel good. And I thought that was very interesting to hear that. And not only does exercise improve symptoms of depression, according to this article, it improves quality of life. Again, like, it gives you a new outlook on life. You're like, maybe life isn't so bad. I'm kind of liking it now. And, in conclusion, let me just do that. In conclusion, we found that exercising can ease symptoms of depression. We went through what depression and anxiety is. We went through the causes and the treatment. And the treatment is what's most important because it's exercising. And I think we need to all exercise more because it can strengthen your mental health so much, and it can really boost you. And if you're exercising more, you can motivate friends to exercise more. And these friends, you wouldn't even know if they had depression or not. And you're helping them. So I want to thank you for watching my speech today, and I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you are doing well. And I hope you exercise more because it's a really great thing when you're feeling good about yourself. Thank you.